All I want for Christmas this year is to spend some time with my wife, watch some Christmas movies, and drink some hot chocolate. And a new Xbox or PlayStation. The only problem is I don't know which one to purchase, but luckily I know someone who knows a lot about video games. In fact, our intern JC Jimenez plays so many video games his mom frequently tells him to get off the game. Here he is with his latest video game segment that's appropriately titled.
Thank you for watching SSPTV News. My name is JC Jimenez, longtime gamer. So long I remember, in fact, when these two puppies came out, all the way back in 2013. That's already 7 years ago at this point. Sony released its PlayStation 4 and Microsoft released its Xbox One. Now in the year 2020, these two companies are entering the 9th generation of video game consoles and the 4th great console war. Just like the previous console wars, gamers are unsure of what console to buy, with PlayStation 4 objectively winning the previous console war, having sold more than double the amount of consoles than the Xbox did. There were also many issues when it came to the design. Ironically, the Xbox just looked like a big box with an X on it. Gamers were unhappy with Microsoft's lack of creativity. PlayStation made major changes to the PlayStation 4. Major improvements, if you ask me. They completely remodeled, even adding a touchpad to the controller. It felt like Sony just tried harder to make a better product than Microsoft, and it was cheaper. This time around, Microsoft has something to prove. They have to bounce back from the, quite frankly, failure of the Xbox One. So let's take an in-depth look at both consoles to see which one is the right choice for you. When it comes to the actual specs and the power of the consoles, it's very similar, but Xbox has the slight edge over the PlayStation with the GPU, basically meaning the Xbox would operate a little faster, likely having less loading screen time. All the other specs are the same except the CPU for the Xbox also being slightly faster, having a higher gigahertz frequency. The Xbox also has a lot more storage space than the PS5, having 200 extra gigabytes, which means a lot, especially nowadays when video games are requiring more and more storage space to download. When it comes to specs, I'll have to give 1 point to Xbox. Now let's look at the actual design for the console and the controller. The Xbox is another huge disappointment this year for me. The controller looks the same as the Xbox One, only difference is an extra button added in the middle. The meme around the internet is the Xbox Series X looks like a fridge. Microsoft is aware of this, even creating an actual Xbox fridge and giving one away to Snoop Dogg. While the PlayStation, again, made major innovative changes. The PS5 looks very futuristic in my opinion, swapping out the original PlayStation Black with the cool new white color. The new controller, called the DualSense, is also very different from the DualShock 4. It looks like, again, Microsoft showed a lack of creativity and innovation, while the PlayStation really tried something different here. And I think it works, just beating out Xbox when it comes to creativity, giving this point to PlayStation. Let's look at UI, or user interface. Let's take a look at both consoles and how they changed the control center. Let's start with PlayStation. The PS5 has a much improved interface, taking the same concept as the PS4 but improving on it when it comes to the main menu. However, when it comes to the quick menu, the interface changed completely, now allowing you to do things like join party and watch screenplays or watch live streams, never having to leave the game you're playing. If we look at the Xbox Series X, we see that the interface looks the same. No joke, it's the exact same interface as the Xbox One. This seems like a habit for Xbox, showing lack of creativity in another field that is very important. For user interface, I'm definitely have to give another point to PlayStation. Xbox really disappointed me when it came to UI. No new innovation, no new menu, just a straight up carbon copy. Although likely there will be an update to the UI later down on the line, but as of this recording, it looks the same. Price. Like I said before, the PS4 was $100 less than the Xbox One. This time around, the consoles would be exactly the same price, both coming in at $500. However, the Xbox has a version called the Series S coming in at only $300. However, the price is warranted when you look at the specs. The Series S doesn't come with a disc tray, it has half the storage space, a lot less processing power, and a lot lower resolution. The Xbox One X is more powerful. Although it is only $300, you get what you pay for. And the PS5 also has a digital-only edition where the only difference is they removed the disc tray, meaning you could only buy games online through the PlayStation Store. With the price being the same, there is no winner to this round, so I won't be giving a point to either console. I feel like this time around, Microsoft didn't focus on design or creativity. They were just focused on making the most powerful console, which they did. The specs on the Series X are higher. But does it really matter? Because it's not like the Xbox's specs are way higher than the PS5 in every single part, only slightly in the GPU and even a smaller difference in the CPU. Although it does have a significant advantage when it comes to storage. But I think PlayStation, where they lack in computing power, more than make up with it when it comes to creativity and innovation in the console, with a brand new sleek design and a brand new user interface, while the Xbox Series X just feels like a copy and paste from the Xbox One. This time around, I'm going to be buying a PS5. I'll probably still buy the Xbox just way later down on the line, But for now, I'm going to PlayStation. Thank you for watching.